Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Ankerstar Wealth Morning Show. I'm your host, Allison Ankerstar, and today we'll be talking about 4% CDs, the European Central Bank's 75 basis point rate hike, and Apple's new Ultra Watch. Before we begin, as a reminder, this financial education presentation should not be construed as personal financial advice. Full disclaimer information is available at ankerstarwealth.com. Good morning, Steve. Certificates of deposits are now paying 4%. Is this a good investment for people?
Hey, good morning, Allison, and thanks for coming on camera this morning. Like that. 4% CDs. CDs are certificates of deposit. They're boring. They went out in the 80s, right? Back when, you'd have CD ladders and things like that. Well, now the game has changed, right? So interest rates are on the rise. As you can see from this chart, now this is not everybody's chart, right? But this is live from Schwab. Not everybody can read this because it's so small. But under CDs, you can see fixed rate, new issue callable out to 4%. So now when you think of buying CDs, most people think of, you walk into your R Bank or Wells Fargo or your credit union and you talk to a banker and say, hey, what can I get for, what kind of rate can I get for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year? You see those headings across the top there. But the real issue is with when you buy them through a brokerage account, the Schwab buys them, right? So they buy the CDs. So you don't have to worry about the term. You simply participate in the CD, and then when you don't want it, you sell it back. And in the meantime, you get that 4% interest coming in. So it's a pretty good way for safe money. So the question you asked was, is it right? Well, if you're conservative or if you have money you just want to park and get more interest than you're ever going to get out of your bank, this is the way to go. The way I use it with clients is, say somebody has a $200,000 account and they're like, Steve, we're going to send you $30,000 out of our emergency fund. We want that in a CD. Well, as soon as it hits the account, I buy the CD and then it just sits there basically. So I know that it's fenced, that not to invest that part. So it's easy to manage on my end as well. Could you do it on your own? Well, if you would have to open another Schwab account and then learn all about it and all that. So you could do it on your own, but it's really easier just to kind of go through me for that sort of thing. So yes, I think it is a good investment for folks that are looking to get a little more yield on what they would call their safe money.
Next, the European Central Bank just raised rates by 75 basis points. How is that affecting the U.S. stock market?
Well, I would have to say to the European Central Bank, welcome to the party, right? Have you not noticed what's going on in the U.S. for the past, basically all of 2022? So they raised 75 basis points. So that's what we've been doing for the past two meetings, in addition to a whole slew of raises earlier in 2020. And that's also now the expectation in October, is that we are going to also raise again another 75 basis points in October. So this is the first time they've done that. So you can see, I'm trying to, right here, they moved from 0% up to 75 basis points, in a move to tamp down inflation. It's like, we've been freaking out here in the U.S. about inflation for, I don't know, what is it, September, 9 months now. Welcome to the party, right? So they, this will be the first probably of several raises for the European Central Bank as they try to catch up. But in my opinion, they're late. And when you're late to something, you have to take more draconian measures to kind of make up for it. So I would expect more of this. Now, how does it affect the U.S. market? It does bleed over. We're in the red today. Let's check how much. The market's open. Hey, we're not in the red. We went to the green. We were almost in 1% into the red this morning off of this news. So it looks like our market's starting to shake this off. But certainly the worse Europe gets, or the higher they have to raise their rates, the more it will be a headwind for our market here in the U.S.
Last, yesterday, Apple released 2 new Apple Watches, one of which is the new Apple Ultra Watch. What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, so Ultra is kind of the cool thing. Michelob came out with Ultra, and now we have an Apple Watch Ultra. Must be the Gen Z buzzword, if you will. But I didn't watch the event yesterday. I was too busy, but they had the Far Out event where they released the iPhone 14. There's 4 new models. The memes are pretty hilarious that are going around. Is somebody's like says, hey, picture me sitting here with their iPhone 13 saying, hey, here's a picture of me before the iPhone 14. Here's a picture of me after, and it's the same picture because the phones look almost identical. There, except for this notch at the top where the camera is, that's now a pill box or a pill shape now. So not much difference for the phones, but for the watch is pretty significant upgrade for the watch. So they have two versions. One was just a simple upgrade of the watch, and the other one is this Ultra watch. If you are looking to spend $799 on an iWatch, you now have the capability to do that. This is made out of titanium. Yes, the F-15 was made out of titanium. Thanks everyone for asking. So yeah, I mean, this is strong stuff. Look at this thing. It's like wearing a phone on your wrist though. It's like twice the size, several times the cost. It's made for extreme sports like diving and kite surfing. It's water resistance. It'll give you like how far you are underwater up to like new records. That's the person wearing it on their wrist, and they said that's how it kind of looks crazy big. It has a cool night mode where everything turns red so you can see it in the dark. It's got a new programmable action button. I will say that's an issue. What I don't like about my watch is it's not user friendly as far as using the buttons and the little tiny crown thing. So, kind of annoying. Hopefully they're making progress there. And that's the side view. And it comes with that really cool, I'm an outdoors person looking band. So I don't know, looks kind of like the Orange Theory the tracker, if you will, because it's the same color. So anyhow, if you want to spend $800 on the new watch, you can now. So it is probably pretty amazing, but I'm going to pass on it personally because I don't fit the profile. So, but all in all, cool stuff, and will it affect the stock? Generally, the new releases don't really affect the stock too much. But if you're an Apple shareholder, you just want to kind of hold through the ups and downs anyway.
Thank you, everyone, for your questions. Please submit your questions as a comment through social media or directly to our email at vipservices@ankerstarwealth.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe to get daily updates. That's all we have for today's show. I'm Allison Ankerstar, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.